This is the 2021 Mercedes-AMG G63. It's part of the G class, which also consists of the G550, and it's one of the most expensive pieces of machinery in Mercedes stable. This one was renewed for 2019, revamped, so there's not too many changes for 2021. It's got a new digital instrument cluster. It has a new cover for the rear spare tire. It also has 34 new color options and 54 new interior options for over 1 million combinations. Let's take a look. So, speaking of colors, this one is called Arabian Gray, and it's a nice non-metallic gray and costs $6,500, which is kind of expensive, but it is one of our favorite colors on these new G-Wagons. Up here in front, we have the brush guard in black, which is part of the night package. That's about a $2,000 option. That's more black inserts in here. On the side, the mirror caps, and some other things. Obviously, it seems like it will be ready to get into a demolition derby. Otherwise, you have your sensors out here, your new halo ring headlights, and a pretty tough-looking overall front end. The G-Wagon, as the cool kids call it, my wife calls it a douche wagon, is very polarizing. As you can see, it does look kind of like a Jeep Wrangler, but a little bit more luxurious. It's probably more capable than a Jeep Wrangler, but maybe by 10 or 15%. And this costs about five times a Jeep Wrangler. So if you're looking for a cheap off-roader, this is not it. If you're looking for a beautiful luxury car that can also go off-road, then maybe we have something here. All right, now we're here in the back, and you can see the spare tire cover here with the new black ring around the spare tire, which is apparently something that's worth talking about. You will notice that all of these doors have really solid metallic mechanical sounding locks on them. They're kind of hard to open. There's a lot of space back here in the cargo area. As you can see, I have my trusty cooler back here, and I can also squeeze back here if I would like to. The seats fold down, and there's also a ski pass through here if you need to. We didn't do any traveling this weekend, so we didn't get to stash it up with cargo, but there does seem to be plenty of space for a long road trip. All right, here's a quick look with the child seats in, which are a lot easier to install if you remove the rear headrest, so keep that in mind. As you can see, with my seat adjusted to 5'10", there is a little bit of space, but the one kid can still kick the seat, so make sure to put your more well-behaved kid behind the driver's seat. Passenger side seems okay. Okay, now I'm in the back of the 2021 G63 AMG. The rear seats recline here, which is nice. I have a decent amount of knee room. They don't give an actual amount of leg room, but at 5'10", with a 5'10" person in back, this is what you're looking at. It has about 40 inches of headroom back here and 57 inches of shoulder room. It feels pretty roomy. Even looks like there might be space for a third adult, if not a third child for sure. Got a couple drink pockets here in the doors. You have your own climate control here, along with your own vents, which is nice. You can aim your vent at whoever you want, and a pretty good commanding seat position. I feel like I'm sitting up high, so I can see out on the road. All right, so now we're here in the driver's seat of the G63, and we're going to fire it up. It'll fire up in comfort mode, but it'll still be pretty loud. Yeah, not too bad. It's a little bit warmed up too. It gets a little bit louder when it's not warmed up. So as you can see, your new 12.3-inch digital cluster here with all of your main stuff in here, your speedo and stuff like that. You can change it with these steering wheel buttons. On the right side is your other 12.3-inch infotainment display, but this one is not touchable, so you can only control it through this roll dial here, which is okay. And then there's also a touchpad on top of here, so you can scoot over to stuff, which helps a little bit. And again, like, this stuff takes a minute to get used to, but once you do, it's no big deal. We'll draw your attention to the vehicle settings, the seat settings, and the massage function, which we do use and appreciate. I like the active workout cushion. So yeah, you have your aimable vents here, and this is closed open, which is pretty easy to do. Your lockers front and center, because this is an off-road vehicle and will do good work off-road. Your climate stuff below that, your analog clock, as is customary in Mercedes, and your redundant mode buttons below that. The one thing I do want to bring your attention to here is the ambient light that you might not be able to see here, but there's a little purple above there. You got this screen here, got some purple down on both sides here. And at night, these windows are so flat that you see the reflection of the instruments in this window and in this window. And you see all the ambient light in this window and in this window and in front of you. It feels like your face is lit up like a Christmas tree when you're driving at night. It's kind of fun and pretty looking, but it might be a little distracting is the only thing we're worried about. Your mode buttons here are right on the wheel, which I think this is our new favorite way. We like them on the wheel here, real easy to get to. And then your two extra buttons over here, which you can change what they control to do individual for each of these functions. So I'll put this one on exhaust, and then you can turn the exhaust loud or quiet with this type of button. And a touch of this button brings you through all your suspension modes, so you can put the engine in full power and the suspension in full soft, which is the best way to do it on Midwestern roads. Speaking of Midwestern roads, let's go check some out. All right, now we are out here in the 2021 G63, which I will mention 100 more times today. This one, the fastest one, has a 4-liter twin turbocharged V8, making 577 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. We're in comfort mode now. Take a listen. Right, so even in comfort mode, it's pretty loud. This will get to 60 miles per hour in 4.4 seconds, and from the seat of our pants, that feels about right. Obviously, it'll slurp down gas. The combined rating is in the teens for this thing, so expect to use a lot of gas. We've burned, let's see, we have a 216 mile range, it says, and we've burned about a little bit less than a half a tank, so maybe 400 or so miles on the tank, something like that. Plenty for a road trip. That'll get you 6-7 hours down the road before having to go to the bathroom. As we said, this one is a supreme off-roader with front, rear, and center locking differentials. It has a approach angle of 27 degrees, a departure angle of 29.6 degrees, and a breakover angle of 21.7 degrees. And that's breakover angle is the angle of the mound in the middle of the car that you would teeter-totter on. That's what breakover angle is. So, you know, with the big tires, and they're kind of knobby, so it's a little loud here in the cabin. And the car is also shaped like a box, so that won't do the wind noise any favors. I do enjoy all the information I'm getting from these infotainment screens, but like I said, at night it is a discoteca of lights. It has a water fording depth of 27.6 inches, so that's well over 2 feet. We wouldn't try that and haven't tried that yet, but if Mercedes says it's possible to 27 inches, you would probably say you could go 30 without worrying, but that is not legal advice, so please don't call us on that. All right, we've now got onto a dirt road here in the middle of suburbia, so let's give it a shot to see how it feels. This is mostly the type of stuff that this G-Wagen will probably be found on. This is a nice little dirt road back here. Oh, and that's it, and now it's over. So, pretty good on dirt roads. We've established it's very good on dirt roads. Let's get back out to the street here, and we will put it in sport mode, sport plus mode, so you can hear the difference. All right, we are in comfort mode now. We're going to switch to sport plus. Hear the revs kick up a little bit, steering gets a little tighter, and the suspension gets a little stiffer, and the throttle gets a little more sensitive, and the transmission shifts less. You can already tell it's a little louder. You can already tell the gears hang a little longer. Hit the manual button here, going to third, second gear, and then check it out. So it sounds fantastic, and with the windows down, it sounds even better, and through a tunnel with the windows down, it sounds even better. It does handle like a Jeep, like a G-Wagen, so if you're bouncing around on the expressway or you're changing lanes and it's bumpy, like, you will have to keep both hands on the wheel to keep control of it. It does not handle like a sports car, except for the straight line speed. Also, the lane keeping is a little aggressive. I don't know if I can get it to do it here. Let's see, I'll take it out of manual mode. But when you hit a line, it not only jerks you back into the lane, but also slams on the brakes. Not slams on the brakes, but takes 5 miles per hour off the car right away. And it's scary if you're not paying attention. And it doesn't only work when you're across the line. Like if you go into the line, let's see if it does it now. Yeah, see, it just did it right there. You can hear the brakes kick in. That was definitely less aggressive at a lower speed, but if you're at a higher speed, it feels a little more aggressive. And like I said, if you turn your head or avert your gaze for a minute and it happens while you're not looking, it is quite scary. Overall, the G-Wagen will blow almost anyone off the line. It is super capable, basically impervious to terrain. We didn't take it on any rock crawling adventures this week, but rest assured it will do that. When the first drive of this occurred, they did some serious off-roading with it, and it came back unfazed. So if you want something that's really good off-road and have $40,000, get a Jeep Wrangler. And if you want something really good off-road and have $160,000, get a Mercedes G-Wagen. You won't be disappointed. All right, so there's a quick look at the 2021 Mercedes-AMG G63. This one starts at $156,000 and goes up to $176,000 as tested. That's $6,500 in the gray paint, $3,700 in carbon fiber trim. You got $2,000 in the comfort seat package, which has the massaging function, which we do like. $2,000 in the night package with all the dark trim line, and one more, the off-road package, which has your off-road modes, your mud guards, some underbody protection and stuff like that. So if you want something super capable, we would suggest the off-road package. Probably skip the carbon fiber package. The question is, what do you think of it? My wife says Chachmobile. I say G-Wagen. It definitely says something about the driver. A, that they have money, but B, that they also want capability. Again, there are other options, but not any like the G-Wagen.